Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you haven't had a chance to do so by now, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And to go a step further, I humbly ask that you tap that notification bell. That way you'll be updated each and every time I'm uploading something new. Also, follow me on Instagram at YB Speaks, as well as my TikTok page at YB Speaks. Whew, child, on my way to the gym, a little bit later than I, wanted to, but the body does what the body wants to do, and it decided it wanted to sleep in a little bit more today. I have been tired. This week has definitely been physically draining. I'm not going to complain too much because it's been a long time since I've only felt physically drained. Usually I am mentally drained, emotionally drained, and spiritually drained all in one. And that's a different type of draining, okay? So I'm actually feeling pretty good on all the other fronts. Yeah. But I don't like sleeping all day. Sometimes I have to force myself to get up. Like after 6 to 8 hours, I don't like sleeping long anymore, even on my days off, unless I really, really need it. And like I said, I cut my phone off sometimes, and I sleep for as long as, when I wake up, I'm up. It's weird now as I get older, because when I was younger, sleeping in was a priority. You couldn't tell me nothing. Girl, I used to get 8 to 12. But as I get older, I literally can go to bed at like 5 in the morning on my days off, and I'll be up at 10, ready to go to the gym. Once I'm awake, I'm awake. That's why I don't even like waking up to use the bathroom. Because if I'm awake, I'm awake. Even if I've only gotten 2 hours of sleep. There have been times I've been up for 2 days straight. Girl, walking around like a zombie, not even tired, but then I'll crash out and be gone, honey. I don't know. There have been times I've been overly exhausted, but 2 hours felt like I slept all day, and I'll be good and refreshed. I don't know. It just depends. It just depends. Maybe it's because I work overnight and like the chemistry is just fucked. I don't know. But even before, I've always been a night owl. I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, I want to shout out to one of my supporters, Tina. Hello, Gone. Shout out to you, boo. You've been an avid supporter for quite some time. I really appreciate you, love. Tina commented on one of my previous videos that I did about health and wealth and legalizing marijuana. Hello, God. Tina wanted to know, what do I eat now, as I'm on this health and wealth journey? So basically, eliminating toxic trash to either complete deletion or very, very, very minimal. Because let's be honest here, you can't escape it all, right? But you can alter, hello God, you can replace, substitute, and get creative. So this is how I look at food now. The brighter the fruits and vegetables, they're life-giving, right? So I look at color. Color means it's giving life. It has something to offer. Vitamins, nutrients. Hello, God, the essentials for what the body needs, requires, and desires. Realizing that there was a time in history, right, where Obesity really was not recorded like that. Can you look at the ancient hieroglyphs, hello God, of Egypt, hello God? Can we look at the past? Is there, girl? I haven't seen no fat mummies. Hello God. I haven't seen any obese people be drawn. Hello God in the hieroglyphs, because they ate natural shit that didn't have all them toxins and chemicals in it. They were eating fruits, vegetables, fish. And if they were, avid meat eaters, they were, hunting and gathering the organic of it all, right? And they didn't believe in eating in excess. Because a lot of times that one cow, hello God, those couple of fish, they had to feed a village. There was no, gluttony, girl. The way humans view food now is totally different than how our ancestors viewed food. So it's educating yourself and just really thinking that we have to do first, and then we go forth and apply accordingly. So you have to change your relationship or in your perception of food altogether first, right? So once I did that, again, it's really just eating things that are much more fresh vegetables, fresh fruit, as much as you can when you can. Realizing that, especially in our community as Black folks, right? Everything has to be fried. Everything has to be, overly saturated with fats in order for something to taste good. Eliminating that from your experience altogether. Now, do I still eat fried food? Here and there, I do. I'm Black. It's in my nature, okay? I'm not saying don't do these things. I'm saying at least if you're not going to delete it altogether, then have it at the very bare minimum. Like even now, when I'm a meat eater. Okay, hello gone. So what I do is I'm like, okay, I think about the meats. Beef is not good for you. Red meats in excess are not good for you. So I'll have some chicken. I'll have some turkey. I've almost completely eliminated pork from my experience, but every blue moon girl, spicy pork taco it hits the spot. A good old nasty piece of pork chop does hit the spot. But realizing what comes with consuming these particular meats in excess can do to your body, your digestive system, your gut health is important for all other functions. Again, educating yourself on gut health, why that's important. Understanding your digestive tract, your intestines, your colon. You have to, again, there's a science, hello God, behind it all, that it don't take some 3.0, 4.0, 5 point, whatever the hell GPA average to have that understanding. But when you connect it all and you realize, oh, wow, okay, I know that this particular meat does this to your body. I know that this particular food does this. Once I got rid of milk, now I still have a little piece of cheese here and there. Like I said, I'm Black, girl, so I'm going to have some macaroni and cheese. It's not completely deleted from my experience, but it is done bare minimum. I don't eat cheese like that. On my sandwiches now, there's no cheese. I don't drink milk anymore. It's been a while since I've just drank milk like that. A very long while. Once you learn that, okay, dairy is the enemy. That's the reason that you have all this mucus buildup. This is why you're fat. This is why your intestines are inflamed. That's why it's difficult for you to lose weight. Again, a lot of the foods and the drinks that we have slow down our metabolism. It makes us sluggish because what's happening is, like with chicken, even with chicken in heavy excess, it inflames your intestines, which makes it harder for food to digest properly. So what that does is that backs you up. So now your body is holding on to food a little bit longer because it's taking longer to digest, because you're eating certain things in excess that inflame. I look to anti-inflammatory products. I make my own juices now that have a lot of anti-inflammatory properties in it. That's going to help you. And guess what happens when you take care of the inside? Because just like what goes up must come down, what goes in must come out. Hello, God. It seeps through your pores. You want to know why you farting all the time? You want to know why you're musty? You want to know why your pH balance is fucked up, girl? Why your pee stinks and why it's dark and cloudy? Why your poop looks crazy? And honey, one piece of poop is stinking up your whole house. You done ran through a whole can of air freshener, girl. Burning incense. It's because of what you're putting in your body. A lot of us don't realize that we need fiber to properly and easily digest things. So y'all be having these hard brick poops. That's not healthy. These dark ass poops, stinky. Oh, now I know nobody's shit is clean and smells like potpourri. But what I'm saying though, the darker and harder your poop, the smellier your poop. Think about this too, girl. The darker and smellier your pee. When you begin to sweat, it has like this greasy kind of like leftover. It kind of smells too. Being musty. Even dark spots are a sign that, girl, you need to focus on your gut health. You need to be cleansing thine body a little bit more. You need to have more water. Lemon and cucumber added preferably. Trust me. And realizing too, you don't have to make these big drastic changes, right? Really, lemon and cucumber water, you will start to slowly see the positive effects of switching out, getting rid of those fucking sugary drinks. Now, do I have a Pepsi? Hello, God, do I have a Sprite here and there? I sure do. But mostly, especially if eating out, it's going to be like, okay, let me get some green tea. Let me get some water with lemon. And I might just have one little piece of drink. Sugar is the enemy. Is the enemy of progress. We have to understand sugar is not good. Now, you're going to have that craving, so I can get me little Snickers here and there, have me a little piece of candy on deck. Chocolate is one of my weaknesses. But again, I haven't completely deleted it from my experience. I've just have it more minimal based. Very minimal, honey. Do I have these things, and do I indulge anymore? But that's a process that takes time, because it's going to take a minute you can't just do this stuff cold turkey. You have to gradually. It took me a minute to release that stuff from my experience. Hello, God. So again, it's just educating yourself, really just thinking about what is life-giving. You know what's life-giving. You know what's healthy. You know what I mean? You got a lot of different people on many different platforms that, have conversations like this. But I just think, to keep it simple, again, looking at the food. Really thinking about its origin story, what it's meant for, and really just Google searching real quick. What are the health benefits of ... I do that a lot. I did that a lot. And by doing that, you kind of like educate yourself. Okay, that food pyramid was a scam. Don't believe the food pyramid. Completely, if you can, get rid of dairy. You can get your fiber and your vitamin D and all that other shit from other sources. The biggest thing is get rid of dairy. Get rid of pork. See, certain meats, you got to think about it. The high fat content, it slows you down. You wonder why you're sluggish. Girl, I think it takes about 3 to 4 days for your body to properly digest beef. There are a couple of documentaries on Netflix that I watched that also helped educate me on food and just the whole conspiracy behind the toxic chemical filled trash that they be trying to peddle to us, girl. And that will also change your outlook on food as well. What the Health was one of them, and there was another one. I'm quite sure if you go to your Netflix account and you type in What the Health, if they haven't taken it off, girl, because they were speaking truth and justice and that shit. The other one should come up in a suggestion. I forget the name of it, but I learned a lot, and that really helped me, especially in my earlier stages when I was really trying to learn how to, navigate the health and wealth journey. Because in the beginning, it's going to be hard because you have to reprogram your mind. You have to. It's difficult too because, again, that first process that you got to do of learning, it's a lot of research. And then you end up applying what you're learning. Even when I was doing the vegan challenges, right? And I do that, like at least once a year. I do one of those. For a whole month, I'll just go vegetarian. No meat, no bread, no rice, no nothing like that. It's a challenge because like all of this stuff you're programmed, like even as I'm talking to y'all, fried chicken. There are additives in these foods. That's why you're craving those McDonald's fries. The stuff that they put in here, again, watch these documentaries and educate yourself. I'm telling you, it will definitely change your perception on food. It'll change your relationship with food too. Because now that you know, now you're free. I don't like to give into temptation solely because these people have for years and years and years and years have studied the brain. They realize that if we put these additives in there, we can get these people addicted to this. So that craving that you have, it's programmed in you already. You don't really want it, but you want it because you're programmed to want it. Does that make sense? Trust me, these so-called secret ingredients for McDonald's fries and all these other fast food restaurants, they know what you want. That secret ingredient is a little bit of spell magic, girl, hello gone, a little bit of blood magic to keep your ass coming back for more. We're going to have you think about us even when you've already had us. They know what they've done because they've studied the brain enough to know how we can get people addicted to certain things. What ingredients are needed, required, and desired to control these people and their cravings. The same way, you may watch TV. Like when I used to watch the Cooking Network, and I still had to stop doing that because that's also what made me fat. I had to stop watching mukbangers because that also made me fat. Like when I used to watch B Love or whatever her name is, girl. Now she is big as a house and wide as a trailer, girl. And mama look like she's a Oompa Loompa about to burst, girl. And it ain't gonna be, grape jelly that come out of her ass. It's gonna be fucking seafood boil blood, bitch. Okay. It used to make me want to go out and buy these big old things and eat these big old things. It looks so delicious. The same way they tell you, girl, you shouldn't shop when you're hungry. It's a mind thing, really. And once you realize that, you'll have a little bit more respect for your body, your mind, and it kind of will make you. I'm a rebel by nature, So I don't like to go with what the group is doing. I don't like to be one of those people that I do stuff because I see people do it or because I'm expected to do it. So by nature, I be wanting to fight against that. Because girl, y'all ain't finna control my mind. Trust me. So just briefly before we get out of here, again, I hate to recite Dr. Creflo Dollar and his scamming nature ass, hello gone. But you change your mind, you change your world. And how you do that is by education. Doing the research. What is your goal? Do you have a goal? Because some people don't have a fitness goal, they just have a health goal. Fitness is health, but that's separate too at the same time. But just changing up what you're eating, berries, fruits, understanding what those particular fruits do. Because you got a lot of girls who will sit here and munch on a whole bag of grapes. Grapes are good for you, but fruit is good for you, but what fruit are you eating and for what purpose? They all serve a particular function. So again, education. Do you have a goal? Do you want a goal? Make a goal. Doing the needed, required, and desired research on, on just how to live healthier. And I guarantee you, once I started doing all of that stuff, it really started to change my attitude. I talk about this sometimes here and there. I think recently I talked about it in reference to like Rod Wave. But like, you'll become more emotionally and mentally and spiritually stable, at least more balanced, hello God, when you start to eat better, when you start to exercise. I really do believe that that is what keeps you aligned the right way. Challenge yourself to that. A lot of these angry people are, it's because you're eating a lot of stuff that is toxic to you. And eating all of that chemical, toxic filled trash has manifested into why you need an attitude adjustment, bitch. I feel better. Y'all remember, girl, if you've been following, girl, you will know. I used to feel kind of high strung. When I used to go live all the time, girl, I was a mess. Going off, cussing, always having an issue. And yes, I felt like what I was eating, hello God, my perception of food at the time, I was just eating so much trash that of course, it had a lot to do with my mood. And then of course, when you're fat and uncomfortable, you're also a little bit bitter. I can't lie about that. You're so disgusted with yourself. That might not be for everybody, but that's exactly how I've observed it in life, with other people and myself. So challenge yourself to just eat better, whatever that looks like. We know what better looks like. It's not deep fried and smothered in chocolate. It's green. It has color to it, which means it's life-giving, which means it's filled with everything that's needed, required, and desired for the body. And also realizing that we don't have to eat to excess, honey. We really don't. Once I realized that, girl, I used to, in my fat life, right? I have to eat until my stomach feels it. That's not healthy. We slowly end up slowing our metabolism that way. And we wonder why it becomes more difficult for us to lose weight, why it takes our body longer to process and digest food. So I feel like we have time to dedicate to everything else. Just dedicate a few minutes a day to Googling, the health benefits of certain things and trying different things. There's a lot of things that I didn't think that I would like, but girl, if you season it well, hello God, if you pair it with something You'll be surprised. A lot of us, let's tell the truth, in the black community, we don't want to try nothing new. We don't want to try nothing new. But then we get upset when we realize we have diabetes, while we have cancer so much. I want to say this too. Shout out to Chasing Orlando, but when I look at these boys' parents that have suffered with cancer scares, not saying it doesn't happen to people who are skinnier or who appear to be healthier, but I'm just saying though, don't you find it kind of funny that most of the people, not all, but most of the people that report having these illnesses and diseases, they're obese, they're overweight, their diet is filled with trash. And it's specifically in the black community, no one likes to talk about it, but when grandma and them is making all them ham hocks and shit, these fried foods, heavy on the fried, heavy on the mac and cheese, heavy on all of the shit that over time, over many years of eating this trash, right? Chitlins, all this pork shit. I don't know how much research has to be conducted to let people know that eating like that is going to lead to having those kinds of problems, those kinds of health issues. You got to clean it up, bitch. Oh, shit. I know we've all been raised a particular way, but we have to say, if we know that it ain't adding nothing good to us, and you can tell it ain't adding nothing good to you. Look at the state of America just on how they view food and how they feel the American people view food. By just, like, they have these places that have these big ass pizzas, these gigantic burgers that a small village could be eating on. And a lot of y'all are eating that in one sitting. Look at My 1,000-Pound Life or whatever that shit's called. Look at all of these people who, girl, they've been socially conditioned to believe that that is bringing them comfort. And look how mad they get at the doctor and everybody else who's trying to help them, because same thing with addicts. Oh, this crack brings me comfort. Oh, this, triple burger bitch with everything on it, honey. Hello, God. But yeah, child. That's all I really got. Hopefully that is some helpful information. Again, just thinking about what you want, how you want to feel, how you want to look. And and let me tell you this too, especially for this newer generation, I'm seeing a lot of disabilities. I'm seeing a lot of kids in this generation who have a lot of issues, mentally, physically, emotionally, and I attribute that to the many, 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 many years of the human diet. I think that there is a strong correlation between our food and why we're seeing a lot of kids being born now with the kind of ailments that we're seeing. I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. If they came out with proof, scientific proof, that Skittles can alter one's DNA, imagine what all this other trash can do. And just when you realize, again, the whole injustice of it all, when science has proven that food dyes, specifically in the long term, is cancer causing. When you have these food distributors. When we look around, look at Boar's Head, all of the meats still to this day, they are pulling these meats off the shelf because they are killing the girls. And ask yourself this, when you're pregnant, there's a lot of stuff pregnant people aren't even supposed to be eating. I always think about that. They're not even supposed to have deli meat. Who knew, right? There's a lot of stuff pregnant people aren't supposed to be having. So I would also follow that rule of thumb. If a pregnant bitch can't eat it, then maybe I shouldn't be eating it or drinking it. Hello. So again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just saying, though, when you really think about the times in which food has definitely changed, I want to say about early 2000s, there was a switch. And I feel like that switch continues to happen. We just don't recognize it because we're so socially conditioned to just go with the flow. And if we can correlate births prior to that switch to now, you will see why the kids of today have the mental, physical, and emotional issues that they have. Really think about what you were eating while you were pregnant. Really think about that. A lot of high-risk pregnancies now. I hate to say this, but there's a lot of, like we talked about, people having kids with disabilities now. Cerebral palsy is at an all-time high, girl. Asperger's, long-time high. Autism, long-time high. Down syndrome, all-time high. Especially in the Black communities these days. And again, it doesn't take no scientist to realize that there is a big correlation with our food and why the kids these days are being born with the issues that they have. Why is your 12-year-old built like a 20-year-old? I'd go to my nephew's games when he was in high school, and I'm looking around like, you look like you playing with 35-year-olds, honey. At my job one time, we had a kid who was 16, 6'9", 300 and something pounds, girl. Built like one of the robots from Pacific Rim, bitch. We called him the gentle giant because he was just a really good kid. Caused no problems at all. But 6'9", bitch. At 16. These little girls overly developed. Girl, please. It's because of what's been the steroids, the toxic chemical trash that is in the food. A lot of the young people are abnormally built. And I got to tell you the truth too. A lot of the abnormally built and mentally disturbed. Girl, some of these, I'm just saying though, girl. Anyway, that's enough of me running my damn mouth. Let me get up out of here. Again, hopefully that was some useful information, some good commentary for you and all. Hello, God, that have tuned into this video. Continue to like, comment, subscribe, and share all the things, okay? Health is wealth, girl. And be blessed and never stressed. And you guys enjoy your Friday and your weekend. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Bye.